the whole thing they have out there about you with the VET Awards. What is that?
My ethics and my morals. Yet again, I'm not going to sit there and, well, 3 young men give me their ass to kiss.
The reason why you walked off, what were you feeling?
Oh, fuck these niggas.
I don't think people really get you.
I come off quick.
I don't think they get you.
Well,
But
why do you think that is?
It's like the soul knows itself. You know yourself to have this greatness and this specialness, and it's not being received as you feel it could be or should be.
I'm blunt. I'm insensitive. I'm not filtered. I'm not censored. But I'm always the one with more to lose. So it hurts to see things through those blinders sometimes, because I like to be the kid from Jersey City who could risk it all. Yeah, I'm not used to having things to lose.
Well, what else could you have done rather than walk off and throw the mic?
I could have done nothing.
Okay.
They get up, they feel however they feel, they're going about their business, and that's the end. That sounds boring. Now, that does sound like probably the healthiest way.
Yeah, but you didn't process the situation where there were still negative repercussions from it.
I processed the situation as far as counting how many niggas they had with them just in case I need to fight all of them. Because I'm an extremist, so I always go to worst case scenario and best case scenario. Normally, I look at the worst case scenario and I say, oh, okay, I can handle that.
Why do they rob you of your love and peace and joy and fulfillment and satisfaction and harmony in that moment? Why do you let them do that to you? Why? That means they're winning and have brought you to a moment of disgrace. I wouldn't give them the victory.
That's a powerful word, disgrace.
They made you lose your calm and your grace and brought you to a moment of, where you say, insanity.
Yes, to a person that I do not want to be moving forward.
Why give them that power?
Good question. New perspective.
New perspective.
Haven't really looked at it that way, in the adverse way. To me, my behavior was the powerful behavior. Shit, to me, I wasn't giving anybody any power.
So you feel you have a chemical imbalance at times?
I would think so.
Okay.
I would say so. Because when I think of childhood, I think of disruption. I think of needing and not having.
Oh.
I think of just knowing better. Think of knowing better. When you just know that some things shouldn't be how they are.
Talk about that.
My brother had anger issues. You know, he put a gun to my head at a very, very early. I was 10 years old. And I came home from school with a steak sandwich. He said, give me some of the sandwich when I walked in the door. And I said, no. And I went downstairs, I went to eat my sandwich, and he came downstairs with a gun. It had to be a 45, 44, something like that, chrome, I'll never forget it. And he put it in my head and said, you'll give me some now, won't you? And at the time, I probably really didn't even know how to feel. In therapy, I learned how traumatic that was for me. I had a lot of anger toward him.
Talk about that childhood a little bit more. Your brother started off really amplifying the family pain.
Yeah.
I think some of you've forgotten about as to why you had to adopt this way of being in the world. I think it's very unconscious to you. I see this all the time, where you can forget it was so traumatic.
I've been told. I was probably raised on Frosted Flakes and mayonnaise sandwiches.
Okay.
My mom would sit here and deny all of that. But, you know, our stories are very different.
Okay.
You know,
So there was some potential of food in the
I
house.
joke about my mom with that all the time. Like, you ain't cook shit coming up. And my mom's my best friend.
Understand.
Let me say
We're
that.
not pathologizing your mother or father.
I want to be
Please
very,
feel that.
very clear. We are
But
expressive.
we're talking about what happened as to
Yeah.
why you now have unconsciously interjected this rage, this keep on guard, can't let them in. These are your caregivers. You cannot see your caregivers as bad when you're a child because those are your caregivers. You can't take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Did you ever get whipped a lot?
Mom, yeah.
How much did she whip you with rooms and stuff?
Yeah, she had a real thick yellow belt that she liked a lot. All that type of shit.
Now we get into the rage that you
Ironically,
haven't connected
My
to.
dad never hit me.
But mom whipped you a lot?
Yeah. Good,
Okay.
too.
Okay.
What's
Okay.
wrong with it? Is that bad?
Well,
The last therapist said it was bad. I ain't believe her.
well, how can we say
I
it?
know it's y'all job to say that.
No, we're just processing what you have not perhaps really identified.
A little whipping, Doc. A
A
beating.
little whipping.
Oh,
I've heard cases of where they were stripped down naked.
yeah. Don't make that sound like jail. That's a normal fucking occurrence in a black household. Take them damn pants off and get over here. Yep.
Let's go to slavery. We were whipped.
That's the same thing last therapist did.
I think that is something that has come down from slavery unconsciously, where the whipped now whip.
A lot comes down from slavery.
So was it nice for us to be whipped? Is it nice for you to be whipped?
I could point out the difference if you would like.
Please.
We didn't belong to them.
Don't you think it's even
That
more upsetting if they do belong to you? That someone who loves me has to discipline me this way, and they can't talk to me, and they can't rationalize with me?
It's funny, often at times how we're raised kind of will channel how you will raise yours and what they will go through. I've never hit mine. I've never hit my kid. I feel like I could communicate through anything with my kid and they will understand.
Okay. And how is your son turning out?
A lot better than I was at 16. I'll say that. I'll say that.
You see what you would have to be embodying to whip your son? And what would your son do with that? He would be angry.
Well, you just said something very important. Not about how I would feel, because the black parents always say this is going to hurt me more than it hurts you, and I believe that. We never really internalize how they're receiving this, how they will react to this, how they will respond to this.
Yes, because
We just worried about the behavior stopping that caused the beating in the first place.
And, you know, kids are entrusted to parents.
Yes, yes.
They don't come in knowing how to cook your dinner. They don't come in knowing how to clean up the house. So we have to teach them.
Yeah.
And the research is that punishment only suppresses behavior. It doesn't eradicate the behavior. You became more rambunctious. Your brother and you acted out more. You had to be sent away. It wasn't effective.
I agree.
It created this rageful young man. Okay, just be there with yourself. Surrender to you, not to me. Surrender to yourself. And I want you to access that little boy, brother who wasn't safe, little boy there by himself. What was he feeling when he was at home by himself that he couldn't express then? So see that little boy and his rage and his anger. Where did it start? And go into your heart center and see that little boy again, the one who was being whipped.